Hey, good morning and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Glad you joined me this morning. One of the questions I've had a few messages about is how I actually build decks. So, what I thought I'd do for this video, and I'm speaking quietly because my wife's still asleep next door, is I thought I'd pick a card from New Capenna, show you how I go through it, and build a commander deck around that. And then at some stage later on this week, you'll see some gameplay featuring that deck. So, that's where we're going to start from this morning. I hope you enjoy this. So, shooting back over to the thing where you don't see all of my face. Some of these decks you've already seen that I've built, but the one that I haven't built yet, which I am mildly interested in, is having a look at our either Toulouse the Clever Conductor or having a look at Queza, Augur of Agonies. And I think I'm going to go with Queza because it's a bit more fun, it's a bit more challenging to build around, and I quite like it as an idea. So, um, Augur of Agonies. I think that's how it's spelled, but that's fine. Um, we can do it in Commander. Just pick that for now. There we go. Right, okay. So, excuse me. As you know, I don't know if you know or not, but Queza Augur of Agony says whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So, that's fine. So we need to think about card draws we're building the deck, because obviously we want to be drawing lots, discarding some, shuffling them back in the library, drawing more, killing our opponent that way. Obviously, there are other effects that we can use with this. But the first thing we look at is the mana. So we're going to go, it's starting with colourless, white, blue and black. So I usually start with the lands in those colours. So I'll just select the white, the blue and the black. I'll move this over here. Notice I've still got the set selection on here. So I'll just turn that off for a second. Right, there we go. Okay, so the first thing to look at is the dual lands. Cabal Stronghold I'm not touching for this deck. Don't see the point. I don't think you can have enough swamps to do it. It's a 3-colour deck at the end of the day. We'll have Concealed Courtyard, we'll have Choked Estuary, have Drowned Catacombs, Glacial Fortress, Glacial Shrine, Castle Ventress sounds good. So does Castle Ardenvale, just so we get some little creatures coming out. Isolated Chapels there, Morphic Pool, Marsh Flats. Don't worry if you haven't got the sack lands. It's never a big issue. There's enough things to do. I'm not a big fan of Port Town. I might think about it. I'll see. I'll put the scrub land in I won a while back. See if Clouds is there. That's the blue-red one. The temples are fine. I don't mind the temples going in, and Watery Grave. I think if we can go down, I'll put sorry, I meant to put the colours ones in as well. Command Tower obviously goes in. You need that. I have got a play set, as you can see, of the Urza's lands. Again, they're not going in this deck. I am thinking that maybe this is good. Yeah, draw a card. We like the idea of drawing cards, don't forget, so that's good. And Bonder's Enclave. I'll think about this one, purely because you've got to have a creature 4 more to draw the card with, so I'm not 100% convinced by it at the moment. I'm going to put Field of the Dead in. We've got lots of different land types already, and we haven't even done the basics yet. What else have we got here? Drowsing Dagger is something else to think about, but we'll come back to that. We can't play Gavany Township, which is disappointing. I don't think we're going to be playing that much enchantment, so Hall of Hellia's Generosity can stay put. We will put Moko in, or Mikuroko, Sea of Center. Yeah, everyone draws a card. We like people drawing cards. Path of Ancestry comes in purely because of what it does for the deck. We'll drop a Port Town in. I think that's pretty much all the non-basics I want to put in. I don't like running Command Tower and Command Beacon. We'll have that in. I forgot about that one. And that should be it. I mean, I could go down the road to put in... Oh, and Reliquary Tower. See, Reliquary Tower I'm the fence about for this deck. We want to be drawing cards. We need to find some way of discarding cards, which is fine, so we can look for that. But then again, we want to be drawing them and then using them to kill our opponent. When, yeah, it's only from our commander, don't forget. It's only 1 damage per opponent. Yeah, it's not like whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. It's not the effect on this card. It's you've got to target an opponent. So it's a little bit more challenging than what it needs to be. So I'm thinking about Reliquary Tower just so I can keep my cards going. I'm also thinking about Mishra's Factory, so I've got an uncountable 2/2 blocker. I'm not particularly interested in the new lands here. I don't see the point in them. Aqueduct could be possible, but I don't know if I want to be slowing down bouncing land. It's going to be kind of a control deck, so you want to keep your lands in play where you can. I'll probably drop an Evolving Wilds in. We're going to find some basics in a minute and put in. No, it's not that one. There you go. We'll chuck the Obscura one in as well, just so we've got it. Just because, you know, it's New Capenna, we'll put it in and play with it. Gonna chuck in these 2 Snowlands, purely because they can go and be searched if need be, which is fine. And then that puts us on 26. I think if I just put in 3 of each of the... Actually, let's take them out. Let's have the nice ones in. Remove. Let's put the... Don't know if I've got 3 of each. I've got 2 and 1. Oh, well, special. Add 2, add 1. Let's see what swamp we've got. Have we got completely... Yeah, there you go. Add 3 in. There we go. Right. So 35 lands. It might need to be 38 to be fair. But we'll see. We'll come back to it and have a look if we need to. Right. So that's the lands in. That's what we're going to start with from the lands. So we're going to have a look at the creatures now. They're in the colours. And because it's a new set and it treats Capenna, and that's what everyone's here for, let's have a look and see what we've got in those colours. So we'll put Tolos in because we're going to come back to this. We're going to put in, that's in the deck anyway. We could put Sanctuary Warden in. Not sure, it's not really where we want to be going. We'll put nothing in really. There's not a lot here that I've got, so we're gonna have to go and get some cards in a minute, but that's fine. That's part of what this video is about this morning. So yeah, this does connive. That doesn't mean we draw cards, so we'll chuck one of these in as a test. We'll put the undercover operative in because we can go and copy stuff. That sounds good. Streets a heavy menace, you know. If they make us draw a card, they'll lose a life. That's fine, so that can come in. The question is, do we want to go down the Blitz route or do we want to go down the Connive route? And I think with this deck, because one of the other legends in the deck is really interested in conniving, I think we can go down the Connive route. So we'll just leave that out at the moment. Let's have a look and see what else we can think of. Right, first things first, we like drawing cards. So what I'm going to start with is draw and see what that brings up. So it just gives us Arcanus. We'll drop an Arcanus in just because it's old school and I like a little bit of old school in my deck. Consecrated Sphinx, obviously. Stupid card. Recommend everyone plays it whenever they can. Yeah, we'll put the God Eternal in. We'll have that one in. We'll have the other one in. We're going to have more than 7 cards in our hand a lot of the time, so we might as well have them in for a bit of help. Archmage Emeritus. Yep, we're going to be casting instants and sorceries, I can promise you that. Baleful Strix draws a card when it enters. We might be scrying, so we chop Elgith in as well. This makes everyone draw a card, and I get an extra draw, so that's a couple of points of damage. We'll put that in. Likewise, we'll put in Quain, Intuit, and Meddler. Each player draws cards, and each player who drew a card this way gains a life. Maybe not. I was thinking about it, but I forgot about the life gain part of it, so we'll ignore that for now. What else have we got we can put in? Solemn Simulacrum is always good. We also have a Solemn in, just so we can smooth the mana draw out. This does help us draw cards. Tashmi from what's new Neon Dynasty. So Yeah, we'll put one in. We'll try it. We'll keep it in. That seems like a reasonable card to have in for this deck. Cloud Blaze is always good. Draw 2 cards. That triggers it twice. And don't want to go over the top with creatures. That's what I'm being careful of. Purely because I think, and I may be wrong in this, I would put Wall of Omens as good early defense and gets us through the cards. Same with Filigree Familiar. That's fine. Right. So that's kind of where we're going with that bit. Yeah. We've got creatures selected in here. Now we're just going to look at artifacts. We're not going to have enough creatures to play around with the Halo Fountain. I don't think we're going to have enough. I don't intend putting more creatures in than this that we've got at the moment. We'll put Temple Bell in. That's always good. We've got Font of Mythos. That's always good. We've got Howling Mine. That can come in. The Fairies Puzzle Box, just to annoy people. What else have we got in here? Sorry, I'm just sitting up a little bit. Nothing I'm really that interested in, but we will do while we're here. Arcane Signet can come in, so we can need the ramp. I'll put the Demir Signet in. Orzhov Signet, and if I can find the other one, there it is, Azorius Signet. So we'll put them in, just so we've got a bit of ramp. I'm also going to drop in Mox Tantillate because I like the suspend thing, and Soul Talisman because we'll get the ramp on, and then we will just add in the usual. You're playing Commander, play Soul Ring, end of. No real argument with that. So that gives us a bit more ramp, which I'm happy with. Right. Go back to draw. And we'll have a look and see what we've got in the cards. So I own a Time Twister on MTGO. I put this in some of my decks. If you've seen any of my other decks on here and you've looked at the prices when I put the lists up on Magic Goldfish, you can see this gets really expensive really quickly. On here at the moment, I believe Time Twister's about $5. I think when I bought this. In real life, Time Twister is about £2,000, I think, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I know it's ridiculous. I know it's 4 figures. I'm going to try and keep this down a little bit for this video, so I'm going to ignore Time Twister, but we may put it in. I'll make a decision in a little while. Right, so we want to be able to draw cards quite regularly. So we'll start with Serum Visions. That's always good. Draw a card, scry 2, set his deck up. Ponder, look at the top 3. It doesn't say draw a card until here, so we'll put Ponder in as well. That might help. Overflowing Insight's fine. That can come in. Emergency Powers is good because it does shuffle our hand and our graveyard back into our library when we draw 7 others. So that gets around some of the problems we have with some of the other cards. What else have we got up here? Could do Jace's Ingenuity. That's a possibility. Draw 3. It's sort of like 5 mana, Lightning Bolt, and 3 new cards, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Fascination's quite interesting. Each player draws X and each player mills X, so we'll probably put that in. We might play Jason Ingenuity. I'll think about that and come back to it. Sunset Reveille could be important in this deck. We're probably going to be behind on creatures a lot of time, and there's a possibility we'll have more opponents drawing stuff. We'll play Windfall. That's fine. We're up to 70. We've got 29 slots left at the moment. There's a few bits and pieces. Deliberate's fine. That can come in. Did I put... Nope, didn't put Preordain in. Or Opt. So we'll drop in Opt. We'll drop in Preordain. And Treasure Cruise is always fine. And that's really it. I don't think there's a lot else I've missed there. I'm going to chuck the Time Twister in. I know I said I wasn't going to, but we'll put it in just so we've got it in there for the sake of completion. So we're up to 75 now. We're still on the theme of drawing cards in the deck, which is good. Just jumping into enchantments. Teferi's Age of Insight's quite good fun if we can get it in play, just because it doubles up our draw each turn, so that's good. I have the Dictate in as well. It's a bit more flash in, draw card, bit more additional draw step. That's cool. Umdenard about the Hondans. I'll probably leave him out of this. I'm going to put Ominous Seas in, just so we've got some way of beating down and maybe winning. So, what else have we got? Have we got anything else we've missed that we're interested in? Maybe Omen of the Seas. Maybe the Reckoner Raid. Not quite sure at this stage, so we'll have a think for a second. I just got a little bit of a issue here. Okay, let's have a think. So we've got a fair few things in here at the moment I'm quite happy with. I don't particularly want to be investigating this deck. Probably haven't got enough cards to make Cartouche knowledge workable at the moment. But we have got, we still have got this. One thing we haven't put in, which has just struck to me, is we haven't put any Planeswalkers in yet. Just going to have a look at the Planeswalkers and see what we've got we can draw with the Planeswalkers. Not sure about Obnixes. It's a losing life. We haven't got any real way of gaining life. It concerns me a little bit, so I'll forget about that at the moment. We'll put Party Jason or Jace Bella in, and well, that's fine. Jace can go in. Arcane Strategist could go in, but I'll think about that. Mirror Mage again as a possibility. Obnixless. The other version of Obnixless, there's two versions. There's this one, the Reignited, and the original one. Not sure. Not convinced. Tamiyo's possible. Teferi's fine. Teferi can go in. Yeah, draw a card, untap 2 lands. Gain 2 life, draw 2 cards. That's a bit slow. Will's no good in this deck. We'll put Jace in. That helps. That could be good. We're not going to put Nasta in because that's always a nasty thing. I'm going to put Ugin in. I think Ugin seems like a reasonable plan at the moment. Purely because it gives us a bit of targeted removal. And it might help, so we'll chuck Ugin in just for the sake of completion. Don't think we've got anything here that can be used. Nope. And yeah, that's it. So that's the Planeswalkers. So we're up to 82. We've still got 17 cards to find. And this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So we need to have a look at what we've got. We haven't got any real removal yet. So I think we need to find something that says destroy all creatures. We're not running that many creatures, so we can do that. So we'll add in Damnation. I know it's the Invocation one. It looks a bit weird. Apologies for that. We'll put in... what else have we got? We'll put Cleansing Nova in case we need to take out other people's enchantments and artifacts. I've got Doomscar that can come in. Fumigate could be useful to buy some hope and a little bit of this. So Day of Judgment still leaves us 12 slots, which is fine. I've got no problem having 12 slots left in the deck at this stage. I can't think of anything else. I'm not really interested in targeted removal. But what I am interested in is seeing if I can get some interesting stuff to go along with this from the new set. So I'm going to jump into one of the trade things. There are lots of them. These tend to be the ones I use all the time. And I kind of like goat bots as a rule, so use goat bots a lot. Just wait for it to load. It took a little bit longer to load than I wanted it to, so I had to pause the video for a minute, so sorry about that. Right. Here we go. Here's all the stuff that this goatbot trader has for Streets of New Capenna. Now, we're only interested in white, blue, black. Black, thank you. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. So, what we're also looking at. Okay. Not really sure what happened there. Something went a bit wrong with the trade bot, but that's fine. Right, so back on Nuka Penna. Let's have a look. We're interested in the white, the blue, and the black. And we'll have a look and see what we get. Doopy doopy doo. So, we could do Heart Stabber, but I don't think it's a possibility. Mill 2 cards, draw a card. Yeah, okay, we do get a draw out of it. But I'm not convinced by it as a card yet. We could do Obscure Ascendancy. Whenever you cast a spell, if its mana value is equal to 1 plus number of counters, we get spirits. So we might as well give this a try. Bit of a laugh, that can go in the deck. But what we are very interested in here is anything that says draw. So we'll just have a look. In our colours. Oh, in colourless. Nope, nothing colourless at the moment. So we've got Metropolis Angel. Whenever you attack one or more creatures with counters on them, we aren't really doing counters with this, so we'll have to ignore that one, unfortunately. I've added. Still not convinced by the Heart Sensor at this stage. Might do even the School. That should be a bit of a laugh. Admittedly, it's not very expensive, but I'm just trying to find somewhere to put this. You can see what the cards are I'm looking at. So I'll put it over here for a second before I move things around again. Doopy doopy doo. Have we got anything else that looks really interesting? Not really. I mean, there is Demon's Due, but again, it's life loss. I'm a bit concerned about that. We should have, there you go, Inspiring Overseer. We'll definitely have one of them. They're just good in general, which I'm sure we're all aware of by now. We might try Rumor Gatherer. If we do get some creatures in play, it's possible. Not convinced, but we'll add one in just so we've got it. It's not costing us major money at the moment. So we'll go from there. But beyond that, there's not a lot that says draw that I'm particularly interested in, apart from maybe the All-Seeing Arbiter. I think this is outside my price range at the moment. Oh no. Nope, it's come down. That's fine. We'll have an All-Seeing Arbiter. Perfectly happy with that when they're within my price range. That's fine. Right. The other thing we are going to look at, I'm just going to move this over here for a second so I can type. Is it connive spelled like that? Yay. There we go. Did get it right. Go me. Okay. We could look at Body Launderer. Not convinced. Raffine is ridiculously expensive at the moment, so I am ignoring this on purpose, just in case anyone's wondering why this isn't in the deck. I'll just add one in for a second to prove my point. This is going to jump up to about 10 tickets. It's come down a little bit, but it's still expensive. It's outside my price range at the moment. I'm not doing that. Ledger Shredder we're not touching, just so we're clear. We'll try the Obscure Inceptor. Like, it's got lifelink, it connives. Could be useful, as long as it's not hideously expensive. Nope, that's fine. We've got that in there already. Grifter, I've put one in the deck already. We'll put the Illuminator in. Maybe not. Psychic Pickpocket's fine. It helps us draw some cards. The Silencer's fine. It helps us draw some cards. Echo Inspectors again's fine. It's Battlefield Connives. Raffine's Informant can come in, and Security Bypass. We'll take Security Bypass, that's fine. Looks good so far, so we'll just drop the connive bit. I'm just curious to know if there's anything in here I've missed I'm interested in. Might have a Void Rend. Might as well have one of them in. And the other thing I was looking for was a charm. There should be a charm in this colour, which I haven't got in my collection. Doopy doopy doo. Obscura charm. Yep, not that interested in it. For this deck anyway. For something else I have in mind for later on, I might use it, but we'll see. Beyond that, that's 12 cards. I'm quite happy with them as 12 cards. So, what I tend to do here is only because my old and my brain doesn't work as much as well as it used to, is I like to do a quick screen cut of that. Just remember what cards I've bought from the traders. And then we'll submit that. That's all right. That's costing me $1. I can cope with that as a thing. Ta-da! They're added to my collection. Woohoo! There you go. So we'll go back to my collection. We go back to the deck. I'll just reset the filters. We had 12 slots left. We bought 12 cards. So hopefully this should work out now. So reset all filters. There's New Capenna. That's what I was looking for. So in a panic then, thought it had gone. Right, so at the moment we need to add Arbiter. That's right, because over here I have my little clip art thing I'm just looking at. So if you wonder why I'm not looking at the camera, I have this. Oh, I did have an ascendancy. My bad, I've got 2 now. Oh well. We'll put the fancy 4-1 in since it's online. That's fine. I did think about the hideaway lands as well, by the way, just in case. Hideaway enchantments as well, if anyone's interested. But again, not that many creatures in this deck, so that's kind of sat there. Void Rend we said we were going to put in. Undercover Operative is in already. What else did we get? There should be Obscura stuff. Oh yeah, the Obscura guy from over here. We'll just hit the no, we'll do it this way. This is fine. We're getting there 92. No, we don't want that one. I'm just looking at the list. Put this in. Oh, yeah, the uncommons. That was the other thing that went in. So we've got the silencer from up here. We've got Echo Inspector. Did I put it in? Nope, that connives. That's fine. What else have we got? Did we get Psychic Pickpocket apparently? Security Bypass, so you know, whenever this creature deals combat damage to player, it connives. That helps. Not that I can see Psychic Pickpocket. Oh, it's uncommon. I'm looking in the wrong place. That's why I can't see it. There it is. That can come in. That still leaves us a couple of slots. And I know we bought 12 cards to put in, but I'm not 100% convinced by them. So what I'm just going to do now is go back to here and see if there's anything. So I've got 2 slots left. I just like to check to make sure that I've got things that are relevant to what I'm trying to do. So I tend to come back and check the mythics in those colours. See if there's anything major I've missed that could be useful. That doesn't draw. It's a bit disappointing really, wish it did. Put the God Eternal in. So the biggest thing I've missed, I think at this stage, is it's possibly mana drain, a little bit control, or some other way of drawing cards. Omniscience could be a useful card, just dump everything into play. But I think what we're going to do, just to finish this off, we're going to add in Mana Drain. I'm going to add in one card that I really do want in my deck. Elixir of Immortality. I always like to have one in a deck. Purely because if everything goes pear-shaped, we can shuffle everything back in. It backs up the emergency powers. and helps as well from that point of view. So we'll give it a go. But that's how I'm thinking at the moment with this deck. Fewer creatures, trying to win through our dear friend over here. Whoops, sorry. Preview panes vanished for some reason, so I was just trying to put it back on. There it is. We're going to try and ring with Queza. That's how I'd build this deck as things stand at the moment. And then what I'll do is I'll put this up as a deck tech and a build guide to how I think. People can laugh at how I think, I'm sure. A lot of people do laugh at how I think, which is lovely. But some stage during this week, I'll get another video up where I'm showing some gameplay with this guy. So, hope you enjoyed this little sort of like, this is how I think, this is how I build video. As usual, please hit the like button. Please comment if you want to. Details below will also show where I can find me on Twitch. So come and follow me on Twitch. Come and subscribe on Twitch if you like what you see. Subscribers do get access to our Discord group, and some of the followers do as well, especially if they play games with me. But even if you just come and just hit the follow button, that'd be really nice. Sitting at 61 followers at the moment. I'm really trying to get up to 3 figures. So if you got a chance, just come and hit the follow button on Twitch. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative. Take care, and I will see you back on the stream and on a video soon on YouTube. Take care and thanks.